Hello everyone, welcome to today's class, and our title today is Mayor forbids residents to get sick. Let's start with the warm-up questions. 1번. When was the last time you went to see a physician? 마지막으로 의사를 만나러 간 데가 언제인가요? I think it's been quite a long time actually since I've went to see a physician. I have, I can't remember the last, I've been sick here and there. It's kind of the next question actually, but it's been quite a long time. I can't remember the last time I was really sick to go see a physician. Maybe about 6 months ago. I can't really remember, to be honest with you. But between the last time I saw a physician and now, I have probably been mildly sick, but not too sick. Which brings us to the next question of, do you usually go to the doctor when you get sick? So 보통 아플 때 병원에 가나요? Honestly, not really. I kind of just get over-the-counter medicine. So over-the-counter medicine is usually medicine from the pharmacy that you can just simply get without a prescription, right? The only time I really get any sort of prescription medicine is if I get really, really sick. Now that I think about it, the last time I got really sick is when I got 장염, and that was probably maybe just under a year ago, but it was still quite a long time ago. But yeah, the last time I got sick was probably, when I say sick, I like relatively sick, was probably about maybe a month ago when I got the flu, because my daughter had the flu, and I got it from her, and I had like a runny nose, a bit of a cough, but I didn't go see a doctor. I just simply took over-the-counter medicine, and yeah, it was fine. But yeah, I usually avoid the doctor when I can. I'm not a big fan of the doctors, never have been, but yeah, I think I have a pretty good immune system, so I don't usually go. Alright, now let's look at the vocabulary and repeat after me. 1번. Be kicked off. Be kicked off. Be kicked off. 쫓겨나다. Back in high school, our wrestling coach introduced a rather strict rule for his athletes. If you missed even one practice, you were kicked off the team. So basically what it means is to be removed or possibly fired from a team, a project, a job, etc. So you can be kicked off a team, you can be kicked off a project, you can be kicked off a job in a way, but usually you're technically fired. It depends on the situation. But in this situation, it's more of a sport situation. 2번. In retrospect. In retrospect. In retrospect. 회상해 보면. In retrospect, this was completely ridiculous. So in retrospect is like when you're looking back on the past event or situation. So when you take a look back and you see the big picture kind of thing. 3번. Glutton for punishment. Glutton for punishment. Glutton for punishment. 고생을 사서 하는 사람. But we were a bunch of young gluttons for punishment. The wrestling season was only 3 months long, and somehow it made sense at the time, I guess. So, glutton for punishment is kind of like a person who is always eager to take on or, doesn't mind taking on the hard tasks. It's sort of not a big deal to them. Some people, obviously, most people don't like taking on hard tasks, but these sort of people don't mind taking on the hard tasks. 4번. Ordinance. 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 졸예. Fast forward to the year 2025, and the mayor of one small village in the region of Calabria, aka the toe of Italy, has passed on an ordinance that our coach would have loved. Okay, so an ordinance is sort of an authoritative order. So kind of like a massive, like a very big rule or like a law in a way. 5번. Refrain from doing something. Refrain from doing something. Refrain from doing something. 뭐뭐 하는 것을 삼가다. So villagers have been advised to avoid accidents at home and refrain from going out too often, traveling, or playing any sports. So refrain from doing something is to stop from doing something. 6번. Satirical. 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 풍자적인. Mayor Torchia's satirical ordinance has pointed out this problem in a humorous way, but finding long-term solutions will not be easy. So using satire, but basically what it means is using sarcastic or critical behavior, like mocking somebody as well. Alright, so that was the preview section. Now let's move on to the review section.